What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today's topic is why I started working out, and basically another cliche video. Honestly, just want to keep up, post it, and do something consistently. So here we are, and let's go. So the reason why I started going to the gym is based off of heartbreak. Now I'm pretty sure we all had those moments where you went through something traumatic, had our own origin story, like how Spider-Man first got bit and then he lost his Uncle Ben, Batman losing his parents, Superman coming into Earth and then having to, experience, what it's like to be human and what experiences changed him to be who he is for the person he is today. Now, for all of us, we had that one traumatic push to really show us what we can do. And that was when back in 2018, I got my heart broken. I really liked this one girl, and she was her name is so and so. I'm not gonna name her name. That'd be so stupid. Um, got you. I actually got myself. But yeah, she was beautiful, and she was like my type. And I never forget, like, I really tried to like get at her and stuff like that. I didn't have any game. I was just at the time I was just a nice guy and see what that can get me. So fast forward to the day I kind of showed my feelings to her. I never forget, it was like during Endgame, no, actually Infinity War, that was coming out. And I remember she recently had broken up with her boyfriend, and she was really like stressed and like upset about it, and was just like, man, like she was devastated. And so my dumb ass was like, this is the time to go show her what I can do. And after the movie, which, Infinity War, shout out to that, I was devastated by then. All the characters passing on and dying and getting blown away by the dust blew my mind. So I was like, hey, what can possibly go wrong by sharing my feelings? So all of us, it was a group of us, all of us went to a park after the movies, and we all was just chilling, hanging out, and everything was going fine. And then someone had the idea of saying like, oh, let's just express how we feel at the moment. So we were just talking about some stories and whatnot, and then we got to the point like, okay, um, you know, um, who likes who? And I was like, okay. Friends was like, I like this person, I like that person. Then it got to my turn, and then I was like, I like so and so. And then you know what so and so said? I like your friend. And I never forget hearing that for the first time. Like, defeated was, I felt defeated. If there was a word beyond that feeling, I felt defeated. Like, there was nothing I could have done. The battle was lost. It's over. You're done. There's nothing you can do. After girls made up her mind, there's nothing you can do. So I was like, damn it. Damn. I was like sad. I was upset, confused, heartbroken, and you never forget the next day I went to go get a haircut, and it was worth it. I had to make sure I was okay mentally, but I was working out consistently after that point because, you know, I just didn't feel like I was good enough, and basically I just kept working and working and working after the heartbreak, and it was to a certain point where I like what that person saw in me. She didn't. She didn't see anything, or they didn't see anything at all, and that broke me down to a character where I had to build myself up to be good enough. So basically, I kept working out, kept working out, kept working out. Many years later, here we are now, still consistent at the game, and pretty much I'm still working out. But there are times where I do feel that same way. Where, what am I getting at with all this? What am I actually doing? What is the end goal? Where am I going with all this? You know, basically, if there is an end point to it. So don't forget where you started. Don't forget where you started. The reason I'm telling that story is there are times where I do feel like that too, where I've gotten so far in my life and I worked my ass off to a certain point, but then it just feels like, why am I doing this? Or who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for the person that broke my heart, or am I doing this for the person that needs to be rebuilt and needs to push on stronger than ever, be better than ever, more built, more focused, mentally and physically better, spiritually better too? All those matter at the same time. But who am I doing this for? Them or for myself? And you got to ask yourself that, because I literally have to tell myself this all the time, because yeah, I'll be working so hard, but then I just don't see it because other people don't see it. And that's like one of my biggest flaws as someone that's just trying to make it out here and just do the best they can possibly. So, it's like, man, like, why don't they see me putting in this work? Why don't they see me doing all this? Why don't they see me doing all that? And it's just out of your control, and you can only do what you can control. So basically, that's just it on that part. But yeah, I'm like, it's just, I always go back to that story because it reminds me of the time where I didn't have everything and I didn't have that much going on for me, and I'm just doing as much as I can now. But it sucked, but I never forgot that feeling, and that feeling in those moments really pushed me to be who I am today. And I'm really proud of how dedicated I was and how much consistency I brought into the game of just trying to like find ways to be better. And obviously now I work out for myself, for my mental clarity and stuff like that. But when I first started working out, I did it for girls. Every guy does it for girls and stuff like that. But it's really just if you're confident, if you really trust yourself from within, and I'm working towards something, at the end. So, but yeah, my diet when I first started wasn't all great. It was all over the place. I was still eating in and out. I was still doing all kinds of stuff to, ensure that I was like working out. But who cares? As long as you start, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's all that really matters. It's all that really matters. Yeah, basically the whole point of the video is no matter where you're at in life, just remember where you started, see where you're going, and understand and respect that, and just be like, hey, I'm doing the best I can. So, that's all you really can do at this time, because when you forget where you came from, you're gonna forget where you're going, and when you forget where you're going, everything is gonna seem pointless and meaningless, no matter where you're at, and then you can take for granted the situation you're in and not really appreciate it. Because I go through this all the time. I've always felt like, man, I could be doing more. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. But you're doing the best you can. Like I always say, this. And sometimes I got to beat it over my head or write down or whatever. But there really is a battle within myself, because I do see myself doing a whole lot more. But when I don't get that opportunity, it's like, it all feels pointless and all feels lost. And, it's really me against me. I don't really think I'm going to competition with anybody like that. Of course, I see people to inspire to and to, want to gravitate towards me and my own benefits and just being better as a person. But I just want to work on myself so I can trust myself more, because that's that inner confidence right there. Every day, every step of the way, no matter what I have to do, fuck it, I'll do it. Because there are a lot of people out here that's not going to help you out on your journey. There are going to be a lot of people that's going to be negative and deprive you of your energy, everything you're trying to go for. And if you're already down on yourself, only God can imagine how they're going to make you feel when you already feel down within. So you can't have that happen. You got to be your own hype, man. You got to be like, yeah, bro, I can do it. I can do it. I don't know how we're going to make this jump. I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this, but we're going to figure something out. I guarantee, I promise. Make that promise to yourself, that inner child that you have, that anything's possible. Talk to him. Talk to her, him, whoever. Let them know like everything's going to be okay. No matter what you got to do, you're going to get to that goal. You're going to find that beautiful girlfriend, that beautiful wife, beautiful person. You're going to be having that beautiful career, that beautiful lifestyle, whatever you want. Make it possible. Believe in that shit. Be delusional as fuck if you have to. I'm doing it because I'm not going down without a freaking fight. The fuck, I'm not gonna be sitting up here. Damn, man, I wish I could have that. Shit, at least bitch, I'm about that. Let's see. Come on, squabble up. Come on, let's see what you got. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just oh shit, he hitting back. Oh, all right, you got me good, bitch. I be like that with life. I'm all right. Just doing as much as I can. So that's the cool thing. I'll fix this lighting real quick. That's all I see the cool thing. But yeah, I just want to put that video out here for you guys and seeing as much as I can do. That little camera ship didn't do shit, but hey, it's okay. But hey, you guys have a good one today. Just want to record this real quick YouTube video and see what I can do. But you guys take care and have a good one. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.